Hi everyone, and thanks for tuning in. This is Atlas. As you can see, I just spawned on the Freeport Island, and apparently my guy is completely frozen. So I haven't done anything with him yet. Literally just created. Just wanted to show a hour worth of gameplay for those that don't know the game and want to check it out. This has been a frustrating ordeal. The audio has not worked very well, so I'm not sure if you guys can hear it or not. I'm hoping it's actually fixed now, but I guess we'll find out. So like I said, this is the Freeport Island. It's one of the Freeport Islands. I'm right here in C4 on the western island. And in case you didn't know already or weren't aware, it is a rather large map. This is actually smaller than it used to be. It used to be a 15 by 15 if I remember right. And it has been a little bit since I've played the game, so I am a little bit rusty, but we'll get it figured out. Not 100% familiar with this particular Freeport Island, but recently the developers have decided to do a complete wipe and reinstall or whatever of the official servers. This is the official PvE server, so chances are it's going to be quite crowded once I get a little further on. I don't necessarily need that just yet, but we'll go ahead and collect it anyway. That's for B4. I've still got quite a bit to do before I can even get there. So, to start with, I've collected up a few stones, but I want to get some primitive weapons going. A hatchet, a couple of spears, stone pick. First thing that I need is the pick. So, as you can see, I need fibers and wood for that. And that'll help me get my stone axe. So, we'll grab a bit of wood. Yes, you do end up hurting yourself this way, but not a whole lot of choice to it. Gotta find some fibers. Oh, that's food. I don't need the stone, I already have stone. There we go, there's some fibers. So now I can craft a couple of picks. I'll just go ahead and drop this down here so I can eat. To bring my health back up a little bit. The toolbar is kind of an essential thing. It makes quick slots really easy for accessing certain things. I apologize. Okay, let's try this again. Sorry about that. Roommates came home and things got a little noisy, but things happen like that in real life. And I am not trying to hide anything. It's a game, it's a tutorial, whatever. It's a walkthrough, live stream, and in real life, people have distractions. I've got 2 dogs, a wife, and several roommates, and things just sometimes are out of your control. So anyway, the hot bar, you can throw your tools and stuff down and be able to use them for harvesting a lot quicker just by hitting a hotkey. It's similar concept on Xbox. I actually play on both PC and Xbox. I find PC is a little easier, but not always the case. I mean, some people prefer the Xbox version. I have a private server. It's a 2x2. You can find the information down in the description. Feel free to stop by, say hi, whatever. It's a small server, but it kind of works for my purposes. And there's a few of us that hang out on there. Like I said, the official servers have just done taken time to do a wipe, and they've added a few things, namely merchant trade abilities. I don't know the full idea behind it. I honestly have not read up on the patch notes lately. But I know that it's a new outbuilding that connects to your warehouse. Your warehouse connects to your farm. And essentially, from my understanding, and feel free to comment below, let me know if I'm actually wrong on any of this. But my understanding is that basically you put fuel in your farm, you put fuel in the warehouse automatically collects from the farm, and your merchant building is connected to the warehouse, and you can use it to trade back and forth using trade routes for specific locations to trade with other people or whatnot, set things up for trade and make a few coin here and there. Surprisingly enough, I believe they've actually upped the amounts on the harvests as well, because there seems to be a whole lot of materials coming out of these rocks and trees. Okay, I need more fiber for make some spears. Yeah, that seems to be a whole lot of fiber in a very short period of time. Even on my server, it's not that high. It's a little higher, but it's not that high. So I think they did some adjustments to it. That's alright. I don't mind. It makes things go a little easier. Now, the spears are useful because you can, right off the bat, use them to attack animals. It makes it quicker. You can try punching them, but most of the animals that you encounter will end up either running away too fast, or they'll turn around and they'll kill you too fast. So again, I just throw these down on the hotbar, and then I can equip them once the cooldown timer is elapsed. Um, there's a lot of different animals here than I'm used to. But we want to start off with something small. If you go after an elephant or a cow, they're likely to just tear you to shreds. I am not sure about, I think this is an ostrich. I'm not sure about these. Yeah. And the horses will just run away from you. In a separate video, I'll show you how to tame horses and cows and whatnot. They're different animals can be really tricky. There's different methods to do things, and actually, if you're interested, I would recommend going over to a buddy of mine's channel. It's Moshman Gaming. It's actually now my first shout out, so give him a jingle and take a look at what he's got. He's got some really cool stuff. The guy really knows what he's doing. He's fumbled through this just like I have, and I've actually made pretty decent friends with him. I chat with him off and on here and there. In fact, he actually plays on official PvE as well. And once I leave this island, I'll be heading over to join up with him at some point and rejoin his company. But if you want to find out more about that, you can touch base with his videos, and he explains it all himself. I'll leave that up to him. Here we go. Well, that's actually kind of a high-level sheep. We want to leave him alone for a minute. Alright, I'm not finding too much on the outskirts here by the shore, so I'm going to head inland and see if I can find a few smaller dudes in there. Because I need hides. Oh, and actually, if you look down at the bottom left corner, you'll see my stomach is fairly empty, so I want to get some food going. Berries don't really sustain you very much, but they do help. And you can get vegetables and some cooking herbs and so forth. You also get meat, animal meat, from killing these animals that you can cook up on a fire or a grill. And you'll gain the skills as you level to be able to make those as well. And then you also want to go out and do some fishing, which is fairly easy to start with. You just have to watch out for things like manta rays and the hammerhead sharks. There we go. This guy's pretty easy. Turtles are slow. Yes, they'll attack you, but they are slow. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to aim with the left click and just try to spear him once. Bring him towards me. Nope. So this is the other nice thing about spears. If you miss, you can just pick them back up, and they automatically re-add back to your inventory. There we go. He didn't like that very much. Ooh, this thing is shaky. Oh, yeah, he didn't like that at all. All right. You definitely get further with these guys by hitting them straight on. And you want to try to collect your spears back up if you can. Sometimes it doesn't give you all of them, but... Alright. I'm going to switch back to my hatchet. And I'm going to carve up some meat. Attacking animals is one of the faster ways to level up. By far. Crafting, not so much. And anytime you level up, you want to go ahead and get that taken care of. As you see, I've got 4 points to spend. I can either choose to keep that, or I can spend it now. And to start off with, you kind of want to get some things going. So what I really want is this advanced smithy, but I'm not worried about that too much until I get to a place where I'm actually going to be building a base. So for now, I'm going to put some points into swimming, because that'll help me with my fishing. Okay. Now there's a new little icon down at the bottom on the right that looks like 3 little flames. It tells you you're overheating. That one's not so bad. What you want to watch out for is the one that says that there's a heat wave and you're overheating. It can actually kill you if you're not careful enough. But the easiest way to take care of this is to go out in the water or get on a long pier that takes you out over the water. And that tends to cool you down pretty quick. Some of the armors that you can craft help a little bit. But some of them can actually be hurtful too. And normally I'm gaming with other people, but no one's on right now, and I felt it was a good time to take care of a video. Oh, yeah, that guy almost got away. Come here, dude. Ooh, where'd he go? You can see his health's already come back up a little bit. And I didn't have to do anything to grab a hold of the body. It just automatically decided to drag it. Now I can drop it, and I can get some fish meat. Okay. Let's see what I need to actually make a campfire. Oh. Apparently I already have everything. Wood, thatch, stone, and flint. So we're going to go ahead and make one right now. Now you do need fuel. We're going to go ahead and put this down. Doesn't really matter where. And I'm going to take some wood, throw it in there. And now I can take this meat and put it in there as well. Light the fire. I'll put the fish in there. So now I've got fish and animal meat both cooking. Oh, there's some more meat. We'll throw that in there too. And that can go for a good little amount of time. I do have some hides. And that will definitely help because now I can go to armor and we'll check out the cloth. Let's see, I need more fibers. But as you can see, I need hides as well, and now that I've got a nice little collection going, I can actually make my first set of armor. So this is cooked meat. This is cooked fish. And it'll just keep cooking them for me. After the wood burns, it gives you coal. You need coal for your farm and your warehouse as the initial fuel. You can also use oil, I believe. With the new update, they may have changed a few other things. I'm not 100% certain. But we'll go ahead and put this down on the hot bar so I can eat a couple of those. And we are just going to let this go. Okay, so there is another icon talking about heat. So this time we're just going to let that sit for a minute. So this one is hyperthermia. That means I am overheated. And then obviously the opposite is hypothermia, which means you are way too cold. So let's eat the 2 fish and the 2 meat, which brings my stomach up to full, and we are good to go. Alright. So I need more fibers. Since I don't need all of these berries, I'm going to end up tossing them on the ground and they'll decay. I'm just looking for the fibers right now. Should be enough to start with. Alright, we're going to go into the armor, into cloth. Make a set of boots, gloves, a hat, pants, and a shirt. Obviously you only need one of each. Then you double click to equip them. Or you can grab and drag and drop, and it tells you which slot is supposed to go in. Now if you hover over any of these, even on Xbox, it tells you what it helps with. This one's hypothermia for 7 and hyperthermia for 15. So this is actually better against heat than it is against cold. Okay, and we're going to want to make a couple of water skins. I think 3 should be enough for now. And at some point I'm going to make a raft, and I'm going to put a bed on it. That way I've always got a good spot to spawn when I do die, because you will die in this game. Okay, and then we also have thatch structures at the moment, so I can actually build a little hut or whatever if I wanted to. I don't believe you can really build on Freeport Islands just yet. I'm not sure if they're actually going to put that back in, or if it ever was a thing. I know on my private server you can, but I don't think you can on official. Okay, so what I need now is to head over here. I'm going to grab up all of my stuff here, so we just do the transfer all. Put out the fire. And then I'm going to hold, because we're going to be kind to everybody else, and we're going to destroy it, since we don't really need it, and there's no point in leaving a bunch of fireplaces all over the place. especially on a starter island. You also want to watch your weight encumbrance. So the more you weigh, the slower you'll move. I just saw the notification for rotten meat. Let me show you that real quick. That is this right here. Rotten meat you do not want to eat. It will actually make you sick. And actually, I forgot how to... Hang on. I forgot how to get rid of it. Let's find out here. So both Xbox and PC, you can go into your options, and this little tab off to the side is your key bindings. It'll tell you, it looks different for Xbox than it does for PC. But it tells you what all your commands are, and you can actually change them if you desire. There we go, items and inventory. Oh. Okay. So we're going to resume. We're going to go back into the inventory. And we're just going to toss that, because we don't need it. And we're going to try to save as much weight as we can. I'm not getting rid of the rest of these items because at some point I'm going to need... Actually, I am going to get rid of some of the berries, like I said. Now that I remember how to do this, because I looked it up, we're just going to toss a few of these stacks. We'll get rid of one more. That's good enough. Yeah, that'll work for now. Okay. So it's kind of hard to see. Okay, I'll get it over the water here so it's a little easier. On the bottom right hand side, you've got a bunch of little icons. The first one is your hunger. It tells you the different vitamins that you're required to consume. The berries are the orange one. They're the third one over. Your vegetables are your first one. That's vitamin A. And then your two meats. Your animal meat is the purple. The second one over, that's vitamin B. And your fish meat is the blue one on the far right. That's your vitamin D. Below that's your experience meter. Below that is your weight encumbrance. And then your water, your hunger, your stamina, and your health. So we definitely need to find some water. Well, since I'm not sure where it's at, we are going to see about digging some water up. Oh, I missed it. But that's okay. That gave me a little bit of water. Now, since I just dug for water there, I'm not going to be able to dig for water anywhere nearby, so I have to go elsewhere. But basically, you're just looking for these dark green patches. I'll show you. Oh, this one actually says I can dig. So we're going to do it again. Oh, no, water is depleted in this area. Okay, well, I stand corrected. But that is okay. I'm not exactly certain how far away you got to be, so Feel free to comment down below and let me know if you know. I'm sure at some point I'll look it up and talk about it in a future video. Oh, there we go. Haha. That helped quite a bit. Okay, now we can continue on and see if we can find Freeport. You know, I did play this game for a little while, both on Xbox and PC, and I'm still in amazement at the effort that the developers have put into the graphics of this game. I mean, it's just really awe-inspiring. And you will notice with some of the plant life on the different islands, they haven't put as much effort into that. But if you look at the waves, especially when it's stormy out, and I actually have my graphics turned down a little bit. But on high quality, these, I mean, it really looks like a real ocean. It's rather impressive. I don't know if I can go through this way. We're going to find out. Now, I know some of you may be saying, well, why isn't he sprinting? Because I've discovered that sprinting actually takes away stamina, and stamina takes away food, and makes you hungry. And the hungrier you are, the more food you need to be able to sustain without croaking. Sometimes it's just kind of nice to take it easy and just jog through. I'm not in a huge hurry. That is definitely a different colored rock. Let's see what that is. Okay, well, it's just a different colored rock. Oh, that's coal. Now, in case you didn't know, on a Freeport Island, doesn't matter which sector you're in, or which zone, or which grid, everything has generic names. They're literally generic resources. Later on in the game, you'll get blueprints to craft higher quality items, and they, you know, the higher end blueprints require multiples of different resources. So you may need 2, 3, or 4 different types of wood or stone or metal. Freeport resources don't count. They're literally just generic resources. They're the same resources you get if you've built a structure and decide to tear it down. You'll get the same generic resources. They don't work for, or at least prior to the last wipe, they didn't work at all for the blueprints that I could find. You know, with my luck, I probably went completely in the opposite direction when I first started off. Oh, there's another player. It's actually the first one I've seen on the island here, surprisingly enough. And you'll see the little icon down at the bottom right now says I'm cold. You can fix that by throwing down a little fireplace or standing next to a forge. I've heard that you can put torches on the walls inside a building, close the door, have a roof, the whole bit, so you're actually in an enclosed room, and the torches will help to warm the room. and in turn warm you up. Yeah, you know, I'm starting to think I actually did go the wrong direction. I should have went the other way. But apparently we'll just make an entire circuit around the island, or go however far we need to be able to find the Freeport. They did a really good job with these rhinos too. In case anyone's wondering, this is not game music. If you can hear it, I'm not sure if you can. This is not in-game music. This is actually royalty-free stuff. I was talking to another channel owner here on YouTube and asked him what he was playing on his channel, because some of it was really, really good. And at his suggestion, I went with a few different albums that sounded pretty good. I may change it up from time to time. I think we're going to go up here and see if we can see anything over the ridge. What we're looking for is it's almost like a little town. I want to find that because if I can find that town, then I can find a pier. And I believe I can still talk to the boatmaster at the pier and be able to build a little raft. Nope, I don't see anything here. So we still got to go around. Oh, now I know where I'm at. I took a little tour of this island earlier and then wiped out my character so I could do a completely fresh start. And I saw that little building out in the water. I'm not sure what it is. At some point I'll sail back and find out. For now, I know that we need to go this way. So we probably did do a full circuit of the island. For those of you that may not have heard earlier, I know there's really nobody watching at the moment, but for those that watch it later, if you didn't quite catch it, I've got 2 dogs, I've got roommates, I've got my wife here. So you may hear stuff in the background, but I'm not going to apologize for it because it is real life. And in real life, people have distractions, and that's just the way things are. Those that are willing to watch my videos are willing to tolerate knowing that real life happens. So from time to time, you may hear my wife speak up in the background or give me some tips, pointers, whatever. She may tell me that she can't hear something or that something's too loud. She's actually off to the side trying to help make sure that this channel's successful. And she was just telling me that she couldn't hear the in-game sound, so I do apologize. Like I said, I've been fighting with the audio, try to get these streams running right. I do have 3 other live streams posted already. One of them for Atlas, one for DayZ, and one for Star Citizen. All 3 of them are games that I play pretty regularly. I've stepped away from Atlas a little bit to spend a little time on DayZ and on Star Citizen, but I'm trying to jump back and forth between them so I don't leave anything out. I'm also going to be posting a video every single day, or at least that's my hope, is every single day until the first of the year, possibly after. But at some point, I think after I have 50 or 60 videos posted, then we'll switch it up to a couple of times a week and focus a bit more on tutorials and see if I can do a few custom videos for people that have asked about certain things for the games that I do play. I'm going to try to feature a few, not necessarily retro games, but a few other games here and there as well, if I have access to them. And there is Freeport. I know I wasn't too far from it, but I wasn't sure just how far. And it looks like the Boatmaster is still there. So we're going to try to get up and around. I don't think I can make it this way, but we'll find out. Ooh, I can. Hot diggity. Okay. So the crew recruiter is where you get new crew members. I'm not entirely certain what this guy does. I think he goes from one Freeport Island to another. I've never actually used him to find out. And I believe it's back here. Yep. This guy is a cosmetics vendor. He's got different costumes and such, along with ship figureheads and sail skins, so forth. And everything for him costs gold. The crew recruiter also costs gold. They're literally level 1 crew members. So be sure to level them up as soon as possible so that you can get more, because I think you're still limited to 10 level 1 crew at a time. And this is the guy I've been looking for, because he will sell me a dinghy, a raft, or a sloop, just for the cost of the materials to make them. So it looks like for the dinghy, I've got everything, but I really don't want that. The raft is pretty easy to deal with, but I want to get this sloop just because it's a little more complicated for one person to deal with because of the sails, but it's a better ship by far. So let's go gather some fibers. Probably find some out this way, since fibers are literally all over the place. Now the other thing you want to pay attention to is anytime you're at a free port, there's always, from my experience, a sign telling you where fresh water is. You can't drink seawater. So let's go over this way and see if we can locate it, because I still need to fill up those water skins. You know what? I'm familiar with this layout from previous experiences, so I know that I have to head this direction. So we're going to go ahead and just go ahead and sprint over here, and there should be like a set of pillars, or it looks like a Greek column structure in the distance. So kind of like these here, but it's a complete building. Oh, there it is in the distance. Yes, I'm actually sprinting at the moment because I want to get there fast, because my water's about to run out. So some of the Freeport Islands have this style set up. Some of them have like a totem made out of stone. Looks like a giant, almost like a statue, almost. And the water's located near it. I'm sure there are a few other locations. Oh, look, seagull got stuck. That's pretty common. A lot of animals do that. Mostly because the game is still in alpha, which means it's still buggy. But if you can get past the fact that there's bugs in the game and glitches and so forth, and and just enjoy the game for what it is, it's so much more worth it. It's actually a good enough game to be able to play. Okay, so what I want to do is I want to get to where I'm about waist high in the water. So we're going to go up here just a little bit, just like that. And I can open my inventory and fill my water bags. Now something to keep in mind is, if you find fresh water, a pool like this one, then as soon as you jump in and you're swimming around, or you're more than waist high, some of the pools are a little shallow, so you can't quite swim. All you have to do is crouch down, and your water automatically refills. Your containers do not. So you just open your inventory, highlight over them, and use your container. Or you can put it on your hotbar and use it that way. And they fill up for you. So now I'm heading back. Actually, I still need the fibers, so let's go ahead and grab some fibers. Let's see, let's find some more. It's cactus. Cactus is another food, I believe. Yep. And it should be vegetable, if I remember right. Yep. It's yellow, so it is vegetable. So I can put it down here. And now I can eat some vegetables and bring that meter up a little bit. Okay. Now back over here for some more fiber. I think I'm gonna grab one more good bundle just to make sure I have enough. Oh, now I'm encumbered. Okay. That's okay. I don't mind. What is this? Cactus seeds. Well, you know, normally I would say go ahead and keep those. Because if you get your farming skill up, you can actually plant them and grow cactus. But for now, I'm just going to toss those. I don't really need them. We're going to go... Oops. I'm almost to the next level. So what I want to do is I want to go back over here to construction. And I want to get this one right here, because that'll allow me to create wooden structures. And with that wooden structure, let me see if I can get that on the screen better. With the wooden structure, if you look a little more than halfway down, you'll see the large storage box. That's what's going to help me out on the boat, on the ship. And right now I am encumbered, therefore it will not allow me to sprint. That's okay. I have food, I have water, and I know I'm heading back towards the Freeport so I can get the boat, and that's going to take some of my materials away. As soon as I level, I can make a bed, and I can make a storage box, and I'll make another fire. And believe it or not, you could actually have a fire pit on your ship and not burn the thing down. There we go. Now, I still have 5 points left, but I'm not worried about those right now. What I'm worried about is getting prepared for sailing. So I'm going to go down here to structures. We're going to go to wood. We're going to go to storage. And I'm going to craft one of those. So I'm ready. I'm going to go to beds. I need more thatch for the bed. That's easy enough to come by. And cooking, I'm going to make a campfire just so I'm ready. So let's grab some thatch. For that, I'm going to use my pickaxe and find a... Oh, there's a decent tree right there. Oh, where'd it go? Yeah, right there. actually wasn't that good of a tree. But it may have been good enough. Yep, now I can make my bed. Okay, and just to be on the safe side, I'm gonna get some more thatch for the boat because I can't quite remember exactly what I needed for it. There we go. That's a good tree. Now I'm gonna walk really, really slow. Actually, I'm not walking that slow. I'm still walking slow, though. But I believe we've got everything we need. So we're just gonna head straight over to Freeport and see about building the boat. Does it need to go up or down, or? Okay, so for any of you that actually heard that, my wife was telling me that I need to adjust the sound on the game, so I'm going to bring that up just a little bit. I'm going to leave the music volume where it's at the moment. But if I have to, I'll turn that down a little bit too, or I'll turn it up, or... You got a second one? You have a second one? Well, like I said, guys, it's been a bit of a struggle with the sound and making sure everything works. And I think I took a wrong turn somewhere near Albuquerque, because I do not see Freeport again. So I missed my turn somewhere, I think. Actually, we're going to go third person, just... just so I can see what's going on here. Not sure which direction I need to go now. Can't believe I actually got spun around on Freeport Island again. So I'm kind of trying to look both ways to see if I can spot it. I'm thinking it should be this way. I'm going to get out here to the edge. Oh. Well, I don't know which way it is. Let's see if we can figure it out. I doubt it, but... not sure where it ended up. And I would really hate to walk all the way around again. So I'm going to take a gamble. And we're going to go south. Let's see if we've got any more spoiled meat that we can throw away. We do. So the more weight you get rid of, the quicker you can get back to full speed again. And don't worry, since I didn't hit the horse isn't going to hit me. But if you're silly enough to try to punch a horse, there's that possibility that he's not going to like it too much. Most of the horses do run away, though. Until you actually trap them to try to tame them. Then they can be a little feisty. Oh, I do hope that I went the right way. Oh, this is so not going to be good. I suppose I should have looked at my map before I went to go grab water. Okay. Since I know there's a lot of stone and such in that area, I am going to drop that. I'm going to drop that, and I'm going to drop the metal. That'll help reduce some weight. I don't really see anything else other than the wood that's taking up a lot, but I kind of need the wood. Let's see if that helps any. Yep, that helps a little bit. And see, this would be a whole lot faster if I'd already tamed a horse or a bear, believe it or not. I'm pretty sure I went the wrong way. That's okay. At some point, we'll run into Freeport again. Yep, I should have went right instead of left. That's okay. The island is not that big. May seem like it, but it really isn't. Oh, there's a cat. That means we're pretty close. Yep, there it is. And of course I've sprinted myself to tiredness, so Alright, now we're back at Freeport. So in case any of you are interested, my buddy Moshman over at Moshman Gaming has a really interesting video about taming the cats to be able to go fishing for you. So go check that out. That's actually it's good for a good laugh, but it's also really informative. And at some point, I'll be probably attempting to copy him and making some of these tutorial videos. Okay, now let's see if we can get our sloop. As you can see, there's a couple other people out there already sailing. And we can get our sloop. Alright. There she be. And we're going to name her John Boy 1. Because that's what I always name the first ship for a new character. Climb up in. Welcome to the sloop. So, we're going to take our storage box. We're going to put it right back over in this corner. Try not to stick it outside the boat. That looks good. We're going to put our fire right over here so we can stay warm. We're going to throw some wood in there. We're going to throw the rest of this meat in there. So it can be cooking while we're sailing. That's good. Light fire. Okay, there she goes. Now, I'm going to go up here, just because this is a pretty decent spot to put it for a starter ship. And I'm going to put the bed. It's telling me it's obstructed. Now it's just being silly. Let's switch to third person. There we go. So we'll just stick it. We'll put it off to the side, just so it's not in the way. And the funny thing is, you can actually still run right through it, so it doesn't matter if you stick it right in the middle or what you do. We're going to put all of this in there. So it's not on our person. And we're going to raise this sail. just a wee bit to get away from the dock. Since we don't know where we're going yet, I'm going to bring my ladders up, and I'm going to turn the boat. Now with a crew, this is a whole lot easier because you can actually control the sails. Yeah, I didn't think so. You can control the sails with somebody manning them from the ship's wheel. But since I'm by myself, I can't quite do that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to open my map up. I'm going to zoom out because where I want to go is B4, I believe. Well, you know what? We're going to go to B4 anyway. It's just one zone away. And I'm going to go to the northwest corner and just land. And that'll be the end of the video for tonight. So, oops. You get off the wheel. Oh, that was a shark, by the way, in the water. I'm not sure where he went, but okay. And I found this is actually a lot easier in third person. Where is fully open? There we go. Now if you look in the upper right, you'll see a little icon of a ship. And it's got a couple of green half moons at the moment and a big white arrow. It tells you, the arrow tells you the direction of the wind, and those green half moons will actually change color depending on whether or not your sails are aimed into the wind or against it. Obviously you want them to be green for the best possible, or the fastest possible voyage. You can still sail when they're red, but at times it almost seems like you're sailing backwards. It's kind of hinders you. And then also in the upper right side, the very corner, is the ship's health, the ship's weight, and the ship's experience. You can actually level up your ships as well. I'm going to double check my map here, make sure I'm going the right way, and I'm not. So I need to turn more. And then what I'll do, once I'm aimed the right way, is I'll actually change the direction of my sails so that they match. Yeah, that'll work for the moment. Okay, so as you can see, the sails are now yellow. So we're going to go back and we're going to grab this one. And we're going to turn it into the wind. We're going to do the same for the front sail. Turn it into the wind. And then I'm going to get back on the wheel. In case I need to make course corrections. I'm going to double check my map. And on PC, you can actually zoom in on the map with your left click of the mouse, and you can zoom in on the compass, the right click, and as you see, as you turn, so does the compass to tell you which direction you're actually facing. Now the red arm is always pretty much going to face north, so hopefully that helps out. So glad the seas aren't stormy today. I'm sure it's only a matter of time though. And that is what Freeport looks like from a distance. Now you may have noticed that my hotbar at the bottom has also changed. That hotbar when you're on the ship's wheel actually deals with your grouping for your crew. So for instance, if you've got cannons on front and back, or if you've got cannons on left and right, you can select those or deselect those to turn them on, turn them off. If you've got crew manning those cannons, then that specifically tells that group when you want to fire, or you can set them, you should still be able to set them to just fire at will. Anything that you deem as a threat. So other players, that's what it, if I had someone on the cannons, that's what that would have looked like. That's a targeting ring, targeting arrow. Alright, and if you can see it off in the distance, that is the zone wall. If that's red, you can't go through it. That means that server is actually down. Since it's blue, we're going to go through. And we'll end up over here in B4. And it does take a quick second to actually zone through. So it looks like you're just kind of floundering for a minute. But he actually is still sailing. It'll catch up here in a second. So if you find yourself in this situation, please be patient. And don't think that the game is broke or that you got bugged. It's just the two servers trying to synchronize and put you back in the game. Or kick you out. Let's try that again. I'm going to go ahead and rejoin. Should be able to kick right back in. That didn't sound good. Hope I didn't just go underwater. Oh, no. Okay. We're back on John Boy 1. Let's open our map up real quick. And we are in fact in B4. Yeah, this particular server is apparently struggling to catch up, because we should not be sailing like this. It's almost like the ship's doing the breaststroke. So off in the distance you can see an island just on the horizon. That is not the island that I am headed to. The one I'm going to be going to is slightly to its left. And I'll actually open the map again to show you. So the one directly ahead of us is in front of the yellow pointer. That yellow pointer indicates my ship. The one I'm headed to is actually over on the northwest corner of this zone, above that big black splotch. That black splotch is the trench. And that's somewhere that some of the guys go, some of the gals go too, later in the game. They've kind of built themselves up a little bit and have diving attachments and so forth built on their ship. That is a deep water area. Just starting off, I am nowhere near being able to utilize that. And you know what? Because this server is acting so funny, I think I'm just going to go ahead and go to that first island, just to be on the safe side. Because I am honestly not certain what is going on here. This is the first time I've seen servers act like this. Ship should not be jumping through the water. So while we're waiting to get there, I'll throw another mention out about going to Moshman Gaming's channel. If you guys are interested in seeing a bunch of really cool videos dealing with Atlas and, you know, Star Citizen, a few other interesting tidbits. I started watching his channel before I even thought about making my own channel, and the guy really knows what he's doing. My hat is off to him. I really appreciate all he's done for me and for the gaming community. So, Moshman, if you're listening, if you're watching this sometime in the future, just know, brother, my appreciation goes out to you. Earlier today, we also had a new subscriber, James Castle. Throw out a quick shout to James. Thank you for subscribing. Really appreciate it. Okay. So apparently my ship, John Boy 1, has leveled now, so I'm gonna focus on the floor, because that's the best way that I've found to deal with this. and I'm going to go into the options, into the ship options. We're going to go access the ship properties. That's effectively the same thing as your personal inventory, but it's so that you can actually level the ship up. Now, you've got several options in here: extra crew, extra bed, sturdiness, so forth. Since I don't plan on keeping this ship for very long, and I plan on upgrading here in the near future, I'm just going to put it into weight so that she can carry a little bit more. In case you weren't aware, oh, that is a Ship of the Damned, and we are getting the heck out of here if we can. Oh, that's not good. That's not good. Run, dude. Jump through the water. Keep going. That is a pirate that's trying to shoot me down. And we're getting the heck out of here. That little box that you see in the water is Flotsam. Later on, if you upgrade through the piracy skill tree, so if you go into your skills, right, I believe it's this one. Piracy, right there. So you'll upgrade through seamanship. Seamanship upgrades or unlocks piracy, and through piracy, through the basics, you can get a grappling hook. That is a very essential tool for being out at sea and several other things that it becomes very helpful for. But while you're out at sea, you can let go of the wheel. The ship will continue to sail. You can, well, we'll use the hatchet to pretend that it's a grappling hook. So you load up the grappling hook, and you can throw it out at the flotsam and drag it back onto your ship. You get sometimes you get blueprints, you get some gold, maybe some food. It's pretty helpful. So I'm still not sure what's going on with this server and why my ship is jumping the way it is. Well, it looks like somebody else parked their vessel here, built a, I believe that's a small shipyard. There is the tiny shipyard, a small shipyard, and then the large shipyard. There is no medium at this point. And they have a claim flag down, so effectively, I guess they own this island. That's okay, because we're only going to be visiting. Oh, there we go. Now we're sailing again. Really not sure what the heck that was about. So, since we're in close, we're going to want to watch. As you can see, there's rocks that are out here and sandbars. We're going to want to watch to make sure that we're not going to hit anything and run aground. So I'm going to try to steer clear of it. We're going to go out just a tad. And I know that John Boy 1 has leveled again, but I'm going to get around the sandbar before taking care of that. Oh, no, my apologies. I've leveled again. John Boy 1 has not. But either way, I'm going to get around these rocks and such. Try to keep my ship a little safer. So if you look right next to that rock, you can see kind of a blue shimmer. That's shallow ground. We don't want to be that close. We are going to go back in now that we're past all of that. We're We're going to aim in, and I've got red sails right now, which is exactly what I want. But to be on the safe side, I'm going to leave that one going, and I'm going to fully close this one up here. Now on the raft, it's so much easier because you only have one sail, you don't have a ship's wheel, you steer everything with that sail, so we're not going to worry about that just yet. And when I get in close enough, it'll give me the option to anchor, and that'll pop up on the right hand side of the screen as well. So I've got her aimed pretty much, oh, there's the anchor right there. So now I can let go of the wheel. So I've got her aimed pretty much where I want. I just want to get in a little closer. Oh, and the anchor's gone. So now we definitely need to come in a little closer. And we're going to close sail just a bit. That should be good. Yeah, actually, this is good enough for now. As you can see, the anchor is still there. So now we lower the anchor, and we are good enough for the moment. So now if I die, I still have my bed right here. And this is a... What in the world? I think a seagull got caught in my... Oh, a vulture got caught caught in my fire. That's okay, he can stay there. Okay, we're going to go back under construction, and we're going to go scroll down just a little bit. There's seamanship. I want that unlocked so that it opens this up. I want my navigator tools. I want my basics of sailing, so that way I get piracy and captaineering, because they're both really essential. And then I'm going to go over here to piracy, and I'm going to take that so I can make my grappling hooks. But I won't be able to actually do that until I build a base and I make the smithy from the advanced tools. Because you gotta have the smithy in order to make the grappling hook. So now I have 1 point left. I don't see anything that's open. Oh, right here. We'll put it in handyman. Why not? I'm gonna need it anyway for the chemicals and tanning, so I can get my tannery. And eventually metallurgy, which will give me my forge, so I can make armor and make weaponry. So all of these skills actually do help out, but you do have to kind of specialize to start with. So you need to figure out if you want to, for instance, make bows for ranged weaponry, which will eventually lead to the firearms. Or if you want to, I don't know, specialize in hand-to-hand combat. Taming, for instance, or cooking. It's always easier if you've got multiple people all doing different things to kind of help each other out. So join a crew, get to know some people, meet some new friends, and just have fun with the game, guys. Alright, that is it. for this video. I'll be posting another one tomorrow. Not exactly sure what I'm going to be posting on yet, but I'll figure it out. So if this video was helpful in any way, or at the very least if it was entertaining, give a like, subscribe, hit the bell if you want to get updates, and we'll see you later on.